Okay guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be telling you what the best brake is for you. Now, I'm not going to make this intro too long, but about 60% of you aren't subscribed. So if you do like this video, then drop a like down below. And if you don't enjoy the video, then don't forget to leave it a comment and tell me what you think I could do different. Now today, the video is quite a simple idea. I'm going to be telling you what the best brake is for you to get. Now, this is to do, I've thought about all sorts of things when I made this video. I thought about what skill level you're at and what kind of bike you have and what you're trying to learn. Now, you may be replacing your brake because your brake's crap, or you might just be bored of the way it feels. Now, I went over all the different pros and negatives of these different kind of brakes that you have. Obviously, my personal favourite is a Shimano Dior. I've had quite a lot of Shimano Diors in my time, so I have the most experience with them, and I think that for wheeling in general, I think they're probably the best one for you to get because they're not too sharp. But I do quite like an SLX or something like that. But I'm not going to really talk about that too much in the intro, because that is what I do talk about in the video. At the beginning, it kind of seems like a Shimano Dior review, but it kind of was at the beginning, and then I kind of ended up just talking about what the best brake is for you guys to get. So obviously, leave a like, turn on post notifications, subscribe, share this video with someone else, because if you know someone that's trying to look and find a new brake and they're not too sure what brake to get, then you can send them straight to this video, because you're in the right place if you're trying to buy a new brake and you're lost, you're stuck, you don't know what brake to get. I go over all the good and bads of each brake and what my personal opinion is on them. And obviously I've had quite a lot of brakes. I've had a Shimano Dior multiple times, had SLX multiple times, had XT multiple times. I've had so many brakes. I've had Maguras multiple times, Tetros, basically all of them apart from Hope brakes, because we're not that rich out here to afford Hope brakes. And me personally, I think they're a waste of money. But I'll talk more about that in the actual video. So guys, let's get straight into it. I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's go. Okay guys, so this is my Shimano Dior brake. Oh, that didn't sound too good. So this is my Shimano Dior brake. As you can see, it's a bit scratched up. And now this brake is kind of old, but one thing I will say about this brake is it's quite sharp. I've had it on multiple bikes. I've probably had about 4 or 5 different Shimano Diors, and they're probably my favourite brake that I've ever had. Now, the reason for this is SLX and XT I find are too sharp for me personally. I think they stop my bike too quick. Now, the things that you want to think about when making your brake good for wheelies is how far down it is. Now, I see a lot of people have their brake up here, which isn't a good idea, because if you slam hard down on like a wheelie and you'll come down, especially when you're learning, your finger could bend back and you can break your finger. So try have it going down like this. I think mine's a bit too far right now. I should probably have it like here, but whatever's comfortable for you. Now, the reason why I like Shimano Diors is they are 2-finger leather, which means they're really short like this, which means it fits 2 fingers on. But when I'm wheeling, I only have one. Even when I'm riding, I usually only have 1 finger on the brake, because these brakes are really strong, like the hydros, so obviously they're going to be a bit stronger. Now, they do come with pins, but my pin snaps, so I put a zip tie, which obviously isn't the best thing to put on it, because obviously if you have a pin, then it's going to hold your brake pads in a lot better. It's going to stop them from being able to slip out. Now, make sure you didn't do what I did when I put my pin back in, because the pads wore down. So I put new pads in and I put the pin in, and I forgot to bend the pin back out, so it obviously just fell out, which obviously is also quite dangerous if you have it like that, because your pads are just in without a pin. And I was like, oh, why is my brake gone all crap all of a sudden? And it was because I didn't put a pin in properly. So you got to make sure you put your pin in properly. That is the only thing I will say, because with these pins, they're not as good as you get with the XT and the SLX ones, because they have Allen key ones, which means you can twist it in, which makes it a lot more secure. So Shimano, if you're watching this video, make all your brakes like that, because it's just a lot more safe and better. and I don't really think it will cost them much more to just put a threaded bolt in it. But obviously you can just get an SLX or an XT if you want that, because they are all technically Shimano Diors. This is just a standard Shimano Dior. You get Shimano Dior SLX and Shimano Dior Z, XT, Saint. It's kind of like it goes Dior, SLX, XT, Z, Saint. Now, I probably wouldn't recommend getting a Saint because they're ridiculously sharp. Now, when it comes to wheeling, I do see some people with 4-piston brakes, which they are quite good brakes when they are 4-piston, because obviously you've got 4 pistons, so it's going to be twice as strong as having a 2-piston. But for riding and wheeling, I don't really think they're a good choice, because I don't know, they're not the best for wheelies and stuff. They're a bit too sharp in my opinion, and I think you come down a bit too quick with them kind of brakes, because obviously 4-piston you're going to be squeezing it and it's going to push you down straight away. But if you are starting and this is your first time wheeling, I'd probably not even recommend getting Dior. I'd probably recommend you get a Tetra or something that's a bit not as strong, because they're sometimes too strong, and it means that some people just can't even wheelie at all because they press that brake and they come back straight away. But something I wouldn't recommend having on your bike is something like what my brother's got over here, which is a mechanical. They're really stiff, which just like, you don't want to have a stiff brake because you're more likely going to hurt yourself. So I would recommend not getting a mechanical brake. That's the only thing. If you get a hydro, it should be alright. But today we are doing a review on the Dior. So what I'm going to say about the Dior is it can be reliable, but I have had multiple times where my Dior hasn't been reliable. I've had Diors pop on me, and I've had Diors, whatever, I've had them slip. The pads have like worn out really quickly and stuff like that. So that's the only thing I will say about a Dior. But that's not really the Dior's fault, because you can replace them with better pads like XT pads and stuff like that. But the pads they come with, just I replaced my pads which I got on my Dior that I had on my Fat in about like 3 weeks. So Shimano Diors, they are quite good, but there is obviously better options that you can buy, such as Shimano XTs and SLX. I'll put them, like a photo of them here. So yeah. Now, as it comes to my opinion, I think Diors are probably the best. Now, that sounded weird. Obviously, Diors, in my opinion, are the best, but you can get SLX and XT, as I already said. Now, it isn't just those brakes. Like, you don't have to just get Shimano. Another really popular one is a Magura. Now, I had one of them on my Norco. I'll put a photo here, and they're quite sharp as well. But what I've noticed is they heat up really quickly, and once they get hot, they don't work as well. So I would recommend to pick a Shimano over them, because they don't heat up as much. Now, another thing about my brake setup is I didn't set it up like this, but it has got this Shimano Dior disc, which obviously is compatible with the Dior, and they're a good combination to put together because they're basically made for each other. So obviously it's gonna work better together than having a disc from a different brand and a brake from a different brand. But obviously if you put like a Hope disc on with Shimano hydraulic brake, then that's also going to be a good, because Hope make really good discs. But I do think that the Hope actual Shimano brakes, they're a rip-off. I think they're overkill and not what you really need for wheeling as such. If you're doing downhill or something like that, then yeah, fair enough. And if you're just trying to make your bike look proper nice, like an MTB or something like that, then yeah, I guess you could get a Hope brake. But when it comes to just learning how to wheelie, I'd recommend getting a Shimano Dior, a Tetro, or probably a Magura. In my opinion, I think Shimano Dior are probably the best one out of those 3 options, and they're not that expensive when you're looking at the prices of other brakes. You can get Shimano Diors for like 50 quid, which some of you might think, oh, that's quite expensive. But when you look at other brakes, like Hope brakes are like 170 and stuff like that, and SLXs are like 90 nowadays. Like when I first started riding, you used to be able to get a Dior for about like 35, 40 quid. The prices have just gone up, so obviously that's because the newer models, I guess, are more expensive to make, and they're obviously inflation and stuff like that. So that's all I've really got to say about the Shimano Dior brake. If you did like this video, don't forget to watch all my other videos. You can go check them out on my channel. I'm trying to hit 1.2k by the end of February, so it would help me out a lot if you did subscribe. Leave a like, it helps it out on the algorithm. So thank you for watching the video. I know this was just a short video, but obviously you probably saw the Boris's thing last night. I can't go out to exercise with one person, so I'm probably just going to be making videos with Josh every now and then when we have spare time. But the videos, there will be more videos, like just in my back garden reviewing stuff. And if you want any tutorials on how to do something to your bike, just drop them down in the comments section below, because that will help me out and give me video ideas. So if you did like the video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you all in the next video.